When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
Warning, this podcast contains explicit language and spoilers. This is Behind the Iron Throne, your unofficial Game of Thrones cast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Woo! B-Tin is back, baby. Yay! I am in the new studio, which looks really nice, probably from your visual perspective, but there's shit everywhere. It's a goddamn mess. I'm your host, Chris Gray, and welcome to episode 170. This episode was recorded September 10th, 2017, and we got a great show planned for you, and improv and predictions, and just I want to get caught up with the fans. Hashtag B-Tit. B-Titties, yeah. Really excited. I'm almost moved into the new studio. Once I get all the wires and shit situated, it will be fine. But you don't care about that. What you care about are the wonderful co-hosts that are joining me tonight on tonight's podcast, the people that make the magic happen on the show. Let's start with our bald-headed friend who shaved his beard. Hashtag beards do matter. Jonathan Stomas, Dark Lover. Come on back, buddy.
Hey, Chris, what's up? How's everyone doing today? I just want to give a quick thanks to the community for the congratulations and well wishes of my niece being born last Sunday. It meant a lot to me, my family, my sister loves it. So I want to thank everyone. I want to thank Andrea too for putting that post out. That was awesome. My sister loved it. So thank you guys for that.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Andrea did a nice job. She was right on that, posted. Bam. Like bam. So let's introduce Andrea next. He's the mistress of whispers. She's our one and only knower of all things Game of Thrones. You know her, you love her. Andrea, welcome to the show, girl.
Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for coming in tonight. I'm super excited to be here. It's been like a week and a half, I feel like, and there's still so much to talk about. So I'm super happy to be here, and I missed you guys, and I'm pretty sure that I can speak for all of us. We're pretty pumped right now. There's a lot of pre-game conversation going on, so I'm looking forward to the conversation tonight.
Super exciting. And of course, the one, the only, the fire-breathing Dovahkiin, Trin, who has just moved into her new lair. What's up, girl?
Hi, I am super happy to be here. I almost thought I wasn't going to make it because Hurricane Irma was set to come up the coast, but she decided to take a detour, so shout out to all of our friends who are in Florida. Hopefully you've evacuated, and hopefully you guys are staying safe down there. Please stay safe.
Yes, please do. And a big shout out to our General Chris Ennis, the man with the magical tang. You be safe, man, because it's bad down there, and our thoughts and prayers go to everybody down there dealing with Irma. Absolutely tragedy. We had Florida, or we had Texas. We had fires in California, and now we're dealing with Irma. It's not cool. All right, so you probably noticed the new studio looks a little bit different, right? It's great. It's wonderful. However, I got to make some adjustments. For instance, my monitor over here that has my co-hosts, I had to zoom in really close so it doesn't look as good as I want it to. Sorry about that, but it is what it is for the time being. We'll get it all sorted out. And you know what? We're doing this show live, if you're wondering. You can join us live at facebook.com/Behind the Iron Throne, or you can check out this video version of the show on our YouTube channel. That's BehindTheIronThrone.tv. But if you want to be live, you got to be here on Facebook. We have a lot of fun here and a great community called Club B-Tit, believe it or not. That's what it's called. I'm not even fucking kidding you. It's a great place to be, to have a great time with other Game of Thrones enthusiasts. And, of course, Andre has a book club right now, which is pretty sexy. And as soon as I get some time, I might even jump in there. Andre, how's the book club coming along?
Oh, it's super exciting. I actually owe you guys 4 more chapters tonight, so I'm going to get those in. And then I think the format is coming along really great, and we're asking a lot of good questions. And I'm really excited to be doing it because it definitely helps open up your mind a little bit to kind of start dissecting it from the beginning versus like something clicking like halfway through the series. So great community, lots of good questions, and I think it's going to go great. And it makes reading it more exciting. So if you are thinking about a reread or you have never read it before because you don't have the books or you just, didn't want to ruin it for, the series, you don't have to worry about that because we're past all that now. Come check it out. It's interactive. I'm always here. I'm making notes live inside the document. I add 4 chapters a week. And you get a whole week to just, run through all the comments and make your own observations. And we'd love to have you. So come and check us out on the club page. It's linked at the top of our media page behind the Iron Throne Club Beat It. There is a questionnaire. So just say something to the effect of beat it if you don't really want to answer all the questions, and I'll know where you came from. And I look forward to seeing you guys there.
Awesome. We have any shout outs you want to do real quick, Trin, on the chit chat there going in here in the live episode?
Yeah, actually, General Goat gave us some feedback that he wanted to let everybody know of. So I'll go ahead and read General Goat's. It says,
did you want to read that, or did you want to do the comments in the chat first?
Sure, I'll do the comments in the
Sorry,
chat
I
first.
meant to
Feel
say,
free.
I meant to say,
No, it's fine.
I threw, we're doing this all off the cuff here, and I threw her off. I said chit chat, which is our private channel we talk to. Sorry, Trent, I meant to, I was going to read the goat part for you, and you do the fans. You give the fans a
Okay.
great voice.
So Cameron Doe, hilarious when we first started the show. He said, Hurricane Irma party, I'm at Storm's End. That's good.
Good one.
Good stuff.
Nice.
And Melissa said, evening all, just checking in. We're in the middle of Hurricane Irma. Stay safe, Melissa.
Yes, please.
And yes. And then Patrice Lawson asked, what are we discussing? We're discussing everything, right? Predictions, I think, is the main theme here.
Yeah, predictions, and we haven't been here in 2 weeks, and I felt terrible. I missed you guys. I missed my co-host, and of course we can't do it without you guys. You are the reason this podcast empire with Teener T continues. So we love you guys.
Yes, we do. DJ's in the house. He says Thronies. Kyle Kamadi says, hey guys, finally get to listen live for once. And Sadie says, loving the studio. Marianne, hi y'all
Nice.
from North Carolina. Hi Marianne, I'm in North Carolina too.
Now, somebody said that all of our volumes are different. Is anyone able to monitor the Facebook Live to tell me how bad the volumes are different by any chance? In the meantime,
I'll do it.
okay, if you could monitor that, and I'm going to read this real quick, and then I'm going to have John ask. I'm going to ask a question to good old John here, so that way you get a comparison, Andrea. We can adjust this on the fly. Sometimes when I got all new equipment in here, that's what's messing everything up. I got a brand new mixer. I got brand new cables because I am the breaker of cables. I got new equipment here. I got shit everywhere. It looks like it's finished, but it's not. We got a ways to go. All right, so we got some feedback from our very own General Goat. Yay, Jimmy McGee.
Go.
He says, it's Goat from beyond the wall, riding his ice dragon, knocking down the wall. Just a few thoughts about all the seasons. I would go season 1, 4, 3, 6, 7, 2, 5. Don't get me wrong, season 7 was good, but it did have its problems. I did not like how they built up to Littlefinger's death. John's real name, question mark, Aegon, Aemon, time will tell in the books. There is so much more I want to say. Cersei's baby. Golden Company? Blackfire? Could they do that so late in the game now with only 6 episodes left? Big shout out to General Goat. Thank you for all that feedback, and we'll address that in just a minute. So, but real quick, John, what's with no beard, buddy?
I had somewhere to go on the weekends, had to shave it, so it's gonna grow back. This is the last shave of the season. Now winter is here, or winter is coming, so I'll be growing my beard back.
He's
So
staying smooth and soft for baby Arya.
yes, for baby Arya.
Yay!
Baby Arya. Yes. So I love her so much. She's so cute, guys.
She is adorable.
She's
What a
heir to
beautiful
my-
baby.
Thank you. Thank my sister. I shouldn't be thanking myself. Thank my sister. She
Yeah, right.
she carried that baby for 9 months. But yeah, she's my heir to everything right now. She's heir to the north. She's princess in the north. She's the baby wolf.
Yeah, she truly is the princess in the north because you're in Canada.
Yes.
You're on the
Awesome.
wall.
I just increased the volume just a little bit, tweaking it here and there. I should have done this. We should have done like a quick live setup show, but we're running low on time for this evening. So, what do you guys think about? What do you think about the feedback here from Goat? Do you think that?
I think he had a really good point talking about that they only have 6 episodes left. So there's a lot left to wrap up and so much story left with only 6 episodes. I don't know how they're going to do it.
I mean, I don't know if Blackfire, that's maybe too late for that. But then again, if everyone's in the north, Cersei needs something to do in the south. So maybe that could be, we could use that storyline, because is she just going to sit in the Iron Throne for 6 episodes? I mean, or whatever. Unless she dies in the first 2, I don't know. But I mean, she has got nothing, because right now her lover Jaime's heading to the north, and probably Bronn's going to join him too. So,
Well, she said that Euron's getting the Golden Company for her, right? Like, didn't she say that to Jaime in the last episode? Like, yeah, you think that he was just pretending to be scared. He's actually going to get them and coming back, and then she's going to try to fight people.
But who though? Like, what storyline? I mean, unless they really go Dorne and they fight the Dornish, I mean, that could happen. But I mean, does he refer to Blackfire being with the Golden Company? Is that what Goat's referring to? The Blackfire with, because I could see that happening.
Yeah, I don't know. We're still talking about in the show, right? Because
yeah,
I don't think so. 6 episodes left. It's a lot of stuff they'd have to explain. I'd like to see more, adventure and action, but we have so many things still to tie up and loose ends. I'd like to see that stuff get tied up and and put a lid on it.
I don't trust the Iron Bank. I don't trust them. I think they're good. I don't see if they're all about it's a bad investment for them to send to pay for the Golden Company and send them over with 20,000 men and horses, and how are you going to ship elephants over? That's crazy. When you're probably already found out, because you're in Westeros, that the Field of Fire literally easily destroyed an army. So that bringing in more men is just not going to happen. So I don't trust. I think there's a kind of a betrayal there by the Iron Bank.
You think the Iron Bank would betray? I don't know if they. I don't think they would.
I think they're going to support. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're going to, because you're there in Westeros when Daenerys launched war. Those people, they don't know yet that there's they think a third one. Cersei thinks the third one is dead, but they don't know for sure if the third one's dead. So, how are you going to stop with these dragons? Come on. And then the Thraki are just way better fighters than anyone.
I think the Iron Bank follows the money. They don't care how you get it, where you get it from, or any of that. They just want to know who's going to be the winner, and that's who they're going to support.
But true, but if they're all about the money in the winner, sorry, Chris, Daenerys is the winner. She's got the dragons. She's already wiped out a Lannister army. Like, she already easily beat them. I mean, the money is not in Cersei, who's, the money is in Daenerys.
Yeah, Cersei. I just read Gisela. Yay, Gigi. She's one of our. She helps us here at Behind the Iron Throne. There's a lot of great work in the background, doing all kinds of stuff to help out the community. Very active also in the Facebook group, the Club B-Tit. We love you so much, Gisela. Did Cersei purchase the service of the Golden Company with her own money or the Iron Bank? And I think I'm going to attempt to answer this. I believe it's the Iron Bank's money. I don't think that they have any money. They gave all the money that they took from Highgarden to the Iron Bank, so now they're working on a new credit line, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I think you're right. In the show, as far as the show goes, yes, they paid up the 2 decades worth of Robert Baratheon crap, and now you're right, she is on a new line of credit, I think, too.
She's trying to do what Stannis did, get the support of the Iron Bank. Stannis essentially did the same thing. They paid for his mercenary army. I can't remember. What army was that, by the way? Do you guys remember?
A different brother, Second Sons or something?
No.
No, Second Sons are Daario Naharis.
That's right. Okay. So we've got the Golden Company, the Second Sons, and
I think he had the Pirates or something like that. Salvador San and all of them.
Yeah, he
He didn't-
definitely did.
He didn't have
Because he had an
any,
army.
he did. He purchased some sellswords.
Sorry, I'm making adjustments during the show as we go. I got a report that we have some white noise coming into the Facebook, so I'm just trying to work that out. Trin is actually in the chat, my business partner, number 2 at the Teener T Studios, and she's been helping me out with that part.
He meant
So-
Trish.
Oh, yes, Trish. Yes, Trish. Thank you.
Just gonna say.
I'm going to get kicked in the balls for that later. You want to go into some predictions, guys?
Let's do this.
Yeah.
I want to hear what John's predictions are.
So, I'm predicting. Okay, so I'm predicting a flashbacks from Bran, and I'm predicting back to the first time the White Walkers came, and I'm predicting him seeing Lightbringer being forged. That's one prediction of mine. I was disappointed this year that we didn't get to see a lot of flashbacks. We just got like the one flashback. So I'm hoping we get to see like maybe Bran the Builder, the original Azor Ahai who forged Lightbringer. That's what kind of my main prediction right now is. Everything else is that, and I'm hoping for a marriage between Jon and Dany and a baby being born, Eddard Stark.
Okay, that sounds interesting. Has to be the name Eddard. What about any other
It's the
name?
father
with
that raised him. It's the father that raised him, man. He loved Ned, man. He's gonna have Ned as his father, as his son's name.
Wasn't Rob's murdered baby going to be named Ned?
Yes.
Yeah.
You had to bring that up.
That's some bad juju
Yeah.
right there.
Had to bring that up, man.
Yeah. Well, Lannisters always pay their debts, pal.
I just think it makes sense because last episode, a lot of Ned Stark was mentioned last episode. A lot of Ned Stark was mentioned, man. That's what I think.
And a lot of baby stuff. Or foreshadowing children.
Hey, Angela asks, is Dario ever going to be seen again? That's a good question.
No.
Does anyone want to predict
No.
if we're going to see him
I
again?
don't really care about Dario.
I think it's highly possible.
I could
And
see it.
actually, this goes back to Chris Innes. He asked this question on the page during the season while it aired, with there being talk of the Golden Company. Yes, Dario Naharis is a member of the Second Sons. However, Daenerys left him in the Bay of Dragons to restore the peace and let them elect their own people. So what if all those things are done and he's free to join onto some sellsword company that's going into Westeros? It would be an interesting twist, to say the least. And I, for one, if there's sellswords going in, I can totally see it happening. Plus, they didn't kill him off, and he's in love with Daenerys, so why not? I think that it would be interesting. It's possible, is my point. It's definitely possible.
I think that creates clutter, honestly, just because you've got Jorah. Jorah's in love with Dany. We all know it. He's been Sir Friend Zone for the whole time. There's no, Dany didn't love Dario, and she even says that in her conversation with Tyrion. So it would just be clutter in my perspective, just to have him there. Another
Unless he's on the
brooding
inside.
person. What do you mean
unless-
inside?
On the inside of Cersei's plans, unless he's I mean, they could find a link for him
Okay.
anywhere. I'm not saying it's going to
Yeah.
happen. I'm just saying that, is it possible? It's definitely possible, and there is a way that they could work it in.
That would
There's
be
this
a fun
open
twist.
hole. I mean, there's definitely a way for them to be able to work it in without having to go out of their way to do something that's extremely extravagant just to get him back in the show. You know what I mean? There's sellswords coming. He's a sellsword. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, and that would be a fun twist to have him as an insider in Cersei's army. But
Yeah.
I think Cersei's demise is going to come from Arya. I've said that for
Yes.
for months now since I've been on this podcast.
Yes.
I
Twist is
think-
coming from Arya. That's what you said?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, because you guys, I'm keeping notes of these predictions.
And I didn't really think about that
Wearing
until
Jaime's
my
mask.
husband mentioned it a few months ago, and he said Arya is the logical endpoint for Cersei. It just makes sense for Arya to her loop to close with Cersei, and for Cersei's to close with Arya. It makes so much sense.
Is she
So
gonna
her
wear,
arc closes with Arya.
Yeah.
Is she gonna wear Jamie's face?
That will be interesting.
No
That's
way.
what I
Not happening,
That's what I
John.
think.
It's not
Awesome.
happening.
I think
Yes,
it could.
awesome. I want Arya so bad. Like
You're predicting it's in a Jamie face.
I think it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
And
I'll
she
go ahead
picks
and
up the
say
face.
that it's Arya's gonna kill Cersei with Jamie's face.
I'm going to make a prediction right here. I think that Cersei is going to be the Night Queen. I think that the Night King is going to make it down south, and either he's going to execute her, the Night King, or he's going to make him not a bride, but you know what I mean. I'm saying he's going to make her into a white. She's not dying by Arya's hand. I don't think so.
So, and the Night King will make it down south to King's Landing.
I think he will. I think that my bigger prediction. I mean, I could care less who kills Cersei. It would be honestly, it would be awesome if it were Arya that went down south. But I think that she's going to have her hands full up north, unless it is, unless Jamie. Okay, so if Jamie, let's say Jamie goes up north, and he's welcomed after some bullshit, of course, an argument and whatever, and of course Tyrion vouches for him, and he tells him, look, Cersei's not coming to help you. You are fucked. So now if they took Cersei out, then they could get the control of the army, or even though Jamie's supposed to have control of the army, but you know that he's not going to, right? He left alone, at least from what we saw. I'm speculating here. Hold on, John. Just hold on a second now. You don't make me lose my train of thought. Squirrel. I've already lost my train of thought. God damn it. Anyway. So
no, you were saying Jamie has the Lannister
He
army.
left by himself.
That
he left by himself, for all you know.
So let's assume that he doesn't have control, at least when he goes up to Winterfell to help with the fight against the dead. And he says, hey, Cersei's fucking you. She's not coming. She's keeping all of her troops down south. She's going to wait for you guys to fight and then clean up the mess afterwards, or at least grab the spoils. So what I'm thinking is that the Night King definitely makes it down south. What it would be cool is then Arya is commissioned by Jon. He says, look, we got to take her out. We got to get those people up here. We need them. You're an assassin. You're much better going down there and doing that than you are fighting White Walkers. Take your blade, take your magical face powers, and go down there and take her out. And then wear her face and then command the army to come back up north and take care of business. But I still think
Jon's going to be the one asking her to go down there?
Or maybe
Tyrion?
Arya.
No, I mean
Sansa,
Arya goes down there. Yes, I agree with that. I think Sansa's going to be the one that commissioned Arya to go kill Cersei.
There's a counter to this. Andrew made a good point on the last episode. She remembers. Jamie, right before Cersei told Jamie gave his orders and he dismissed the commanders. So he could. Let's say now he's thinking he's going by himself, but let's say he decides to go by himself. But let's say when he gets to the destination, the Lannister army follows because they've already maybe Cersei didn't have enough time to tell the commanders what to do. So the Lannister army probably could already go and meet up there too. So there is that. But I mean, I don't like. That's a little bit too complicated.
Well, the one thing that we do know, at least at the end of season 7, is that Jamie is sitting on a black horse, by himself, staring into the distance, and it starts to snow. So we know that. We do know that. We know that right now Arya and Sansa are tighter than ever before, and they're up in the north. We know that Jon is on a boat having flippity-flop with Dany, and they're on their way to Winterfell. Those are the things we do know. So anything that we speculate from here on out, we have no idea. I mean, we're just going by what we've seen and maybe some foreshadowing. I think that Cersei is going to die next season. I'm surprised. You know what, John? You thought she was dead this season. She made it through the whole damn season. She lived to tell the tale. So eat scratch,
and she's
buddy.
Reproducing.
I don't buy that. I still think I need to see a bump. Even when I see a bump, I'm still thinking she put a pillow there.
Dude, she's not drinking wine. Of course,
I don't care. She's a con. She's a con. Okay, she's a con artist. Okay, I want to see her. I want to see blood.
You want to see a pregnancy test?
I want to see blood, and I want to see a baby before I even buy that she's pregnant, because she could be wearing a bump. She could be putting a pillow underneath there. Okay. No, I want to see this shit.
If you tinkle on a weirwood branch, it'll tell you.
Yeah, that's true.
If it turns pink.
Tried.
you're good.
So true.
If it
so
turns
true.
blue or stays white, well, then you're fucked. Because if it turns blue,
If it turns blue, it's gonna be a White Walker.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Great minds.
She's
Red
fucking nuts,
Gonna
though.
be a Targaryen.
How awesome was Lena this season, and how awesome was it? I know a lot of people don't like Cersei, but I do, especially now with how fucking crazy she is. And she turned on Jaime, the one person left that I thought she loved more than anything else. Power. It's all about power with her. She's like,
Yep.
she's totally fucking, she's lost it.
How about that look that she gave Tyrion at the Dragon Pit, man? That was
Oh
that
yeah,
was murderous. Murderous.
she needs to get an award.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
We've
is
got
James-
people in chat. They're let's see. Shayna asked Gisela brought up Braun, and she thinks that Braun will follow Jamie. I think that's
so,
what they
too.
were talking about. And then Shayna said Braun is totally following him. He still owes him the castle.
Plus, Braun can't be in the same scene with Cersei.
Yes, that's true.
Oh yeah, so why would he stay down south? And I think Braun still has a loyalty to Tyrion. You could tell in their quick little banter in that last episode, or in the Dragon Pit episode, where he's like, "It's good to see you again." I felt like they had that connection still. Like Braun says he's out for himself, but he's made friends with the Lannisters, the two brothers. And I feel like he's always going to do what's best for them, like make them meet. So in the future, we're going to see Braun helping Tyrion and Jaime's relationship.
Yeah, I could see that. Jamie and Braun have to be together. I could definitely see season 8, episode 1. 5 minutes after the roll call, you have Braun shows up next to Jamie, and he's like, "Yeah, you still owe me a castle. We're riding together. I can't believe we're going north. You twat. Your sister's nuts. I fucking told you. Let's rock and roll, buddy." That'd be awesome.
I'm thinking the show opens in season 8, episode 1 in the north at Winterfell. Jon and Dany arriving.
Blushed, holding hands.
Yes, they're arriving together.
Shining happy people holding hands.
Well, that's what he said. They should arrive together.
I think they're gonna arrive together. That's the first
Attached.
scene is gonna be them arriving at Winterfell together. That's my prediction.
I'm predicting that the North is still going to be a little agitated that their king bent the knee to the dragon, but I think they'll ultimately follow. I think that Lady Mormont might put up the biggest stink. Maybe. I don't know. What are you thinking, Andrea, in terms of is everyone going to be okay with Jon showing up with Dany? And he's like, "Yeah, guys, I'm doing the best for us. This is what I did. Here it is. I bent the knee."
I think that Lyanna is definitely going to have an opinion about it. I think Jon has a lot of things that he's going to find out the minute he gets there. So he's going to have a lot of stuff on his mind. Ultimately, Lyanna is a strong character, and her personality dictates that she will say the same thing to Daenerys that she said to Stannis, the same thing that she said to Lord Glover and Lord Manderley, and to all of the North, that Jon Snow is her king. From this day until her last, and the North knows no king but the king in the North, whose name is Stark. And I think that she'll make that abundantly clear, and no one's going to argue with her about it, because that's Lyanna Mormont. And ultimately, I think that that's going to pretty much decide where Jon and Daenerys go.
Okay.
Go ahead,
John.
Can I say something here?
Yes, please do.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Jon comes back with Daenerys. They're holding hands. They're in love. They have they're at their court, and he's telling them everything, and they're all like, "This is wrong." They're all against that. Bran says, "Jon is really." He tells everyone in the little room, Jon's is Aegon Targaryen. Everyone's going crazy. They don't buy it, and then Bran says, "There's one person who knows. Who else knows who's there?" And then Howland Reed. And Howland Reed stands up, like he's in the corner somewhere. He stands up and he backs the whole story. And then that's how.
So to be clear, you think that Bran is going to tell Jon that he's really Aegon Targaryen in front of a room full of people?
I think
before he tells it to Jon?
I think he'll tell him secretly in a room, and then when they're together and they're kind of like, because he said at the end, everyone has to know who John really is, right? He says that right during his last scene. He's like, everyone needs to know that about this. So he's gonna tell maybe privately first, and then when they're in the room together and everyone's like arguing, like John bent the knee and everyone's all mad and stuff, then he tells everyone that he's really Aegon Targaryen, and then Howland Reed, who was there, is going to back up the story. And I think that's how you introduce Howland Reed into this, because Bran just saying something, people are like, oh, I don't believe you, and then Howland Reed comes in and says, I was there with Ned, and everyone knows Howland Reed was with Ned at that time. So that's what I think could happen. We have to see Howland Reed, in my opinion. I think he's like the last lord, the major lord of the North that we have not seen outside of the flashback.
Why wouldn't he have already shown up, since we did get all of the lords of the North? And we thought we got, like, when they were having those councils over and over with John talking about, we need to get grain and we need to do this, or maybe, like, why didn't he show up when Sansa was there? Why haven't we seen him
Probably
yet?
because a plot hole. Because think about it. If we go to season 6, we see Manderly, we see Glover, and we see that kid. Who's the kid? Carhole?
His name is Ned Umber.
No, the kid.
Ned Umber.
Was it Ned Umber? The one who's like, we should go back. Not the one who bent the knee. I'm talking about season 6, like when, like there's 3 lords there. One of them had his father skinned alive. I can't remember who it was, but he was there too.
His father skinned alive?
Yeah, by the Boltons. Because remember, she's like,
oh, you're talking about Serwyn. Lord Serwyn. Kerwin.
Your father was skinned alive, and yet you refused to call it. So he wasn't there. Him and Manderly weren't there in season 7. It was just, we just saw Glover and Lady Mormont. So that could just be a plot thing. But I think we're gonna get it Howland Reed, because we already have like her daughters there. We already seen her daughter. Maybe Howland Reed's gonna show up.
So how about some secondary characters? Like we've got the whole Greyjoy line that we haven't talked about. What are we gonna? Yeah.
How about this? Here's a prediction. Last season we didn't really get any new characters last season, with the exception. Not really. I don't think we really did get any new characters last season. It was just a bunch of like characters from like Dickon maybe, but we didn't get any extra. Are we gonna see any new characters introduced next season?
I think they could introduce characters each season, because that's kind of what they do. People who play a small part but aren't like major players.
Because last season there was no new characters, with the exception of, I guess, Rhaegar Targaryen at the end. Like,
right.
That was essentially it. It was just a lot of like characters from last season.
Maybe not new characters necessarily. I just don't see a point for new characters at this point. Like, Howland Reed is a possibility, definitely, but I wouldn't call him specifically a new character, because he's a name that we know. Yeah. He's a name that we know, but it's quite possible that we might get returning characters. For example, we didn't have Sweet Robin at all last season. So it's possible that we get Sweet Robin again this season coming up. Right. That's a prediction I'm willing to make, is that at some point we will see Sweet Robin again. Whether he's at Winterfell now that Peter Baelish is dead, or whether they end up going to the Eyrie. I do believe that we're going to see the Eyrie and Sweet Robin at some point.
They did bring Gendry back
I was
well.
Just going to say that. So. Good old Gendry.
Yeah, so, I mean, and that was somebody we hadn't seen for, seasons, multiple seasons.
I was running. He's like the fastest runner in Westeros.
Funniest run ever.
And Hot Pie. We got Hot Pie, too.
Yeah.
So true that.
Yeah, funniest run ever.
They do bring back, I think that is probably more likely, is that they'll bring back, I want to know what the hell they're going to do with Septa Unella, and how about Illyria? Is it Illyria?
Yeah, Illyria.
She's still down in the dungeon. They're both in the dungeon.
Yeah, until I think that they're going to be down there for a while. I mean, what I'm thinking is that if the dream that Dany had, where King's Landing was all messed up and the throne room was messed up and the snow everywhere, I think that they're pretty much going to be goners. But I'd like to know if, Septa Unella was used as a sex toy by the mountain corpse walking thing, or
I think that's thing, and it's gross.
Yeah, it's gross. But I mean, like, is that what happened to her? Like, that was his personal plaything? And does someone like him even need that kind of? I mean, he just stands there, and I don't know if he needs pleasure, but it's kind of I always wondered what happened to her. That pain in the ass woman.
I have no idea.
Yeah, but
I
John,
got a
you're
question.
excited to see her naked. I know you are.
That's just disgusting. I got a question for everyone. Will we see the Dornish army? Will we see Dorne again next season, or will we see the Dornish army?
I hope not. It was.
I want to see the army. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see the army.
Ugh.
We've seen all the armies. You've never seen the Dornish army.
I think that you're going to
Yeah.
have to see him. The war for
Company
In
life.
what
there.
capacity, though?
Well, she
What are they
says,
gonna
seriously
do?
says,
Who's
we're
leading them?
gonna take back the iron. We're gonna take back our kingdoms, right? There's Dornish right there. You know, you got the elephants. I can't wait to see. We never seen elephants. That's crazy.
Yeah,
We've
she'll
seen
never
elephants.
she'll never control Dorne. Maybe there's like a Castellan, or who would I don't know who would be in line of succession. Somebody's got to be in charge down there, otherwise it'd be total chaos.
Yeah, but they're all either dead or in Cersei's dungeon.
Well, they still have high lords and whatnot. House Yornwood, House
Dane.
Lemonwood,
Yeah.
House Dane. I mean,
Just
they and also there are 3 other houses that have the blood of Nymeria in them. She married Davos Dane. She married into House Hellhawk, which was Illyria's house. So it's quite possible that there is some, order of leadership, when it breaks down. I mean, that's what they would do in Westeros anyways. I am going to say, Shayna just brought this up. I actually haven't done much of predicting so far, but Nymeria is coming back next season. That's in stone. I promise you she's coming back.
Kyle
Yes.
says Nymeria and Ghost reunion. That would be pretty freaking cute, since we haven't seen Arya and Jon reunite just yet, but we will see it. So how adorable would it be for Nymeria and Ghost reunite
That's
me.
too?
actually a really good parallel. Trent, now that you pointed out, that's actually a really good parallel, because if Jon and Arya are apart, Ghost and Nymeria can't reunite either. They have to reunite together.
I'm shipping that. Arya's like my number. Arya's is.
I thought Sansa was your number one
I
Stark.
mean, I love Sansa, but because I have Arya now as my niece, I love Arya
Oh,
more
you're-
now.
Yeah.
And
You're
I'm
a
like,
wind vein.
Yeah,
my
exactly.
nickname is my nickname is like John. People call me John, so it's it's so parallel to my life with Arya. So I mean, I'm shipping this shit. I love that. I want Arya back.
The coming together, seeing Arya and Jon reunite is something I was really hoping we were going to see this season, because of their relationship. I mean, Sansa was happy to see Jon, and Jon was happy to see her. But I think that the Arya Jon reunion will definitely bring a tear to my eye, even though I'm not a huge fan of the Stark house. But you can't. I mean, they were just great together. A good brother and sister thing.
Yes.
I'm curious to see if Tormund Giantsbane is alive. With
What do you think?
I think
he's
he
alive.
is. I think he's alive. I think him and
If-
Beric are
if-
alive.
Yeah, they're alive, but who knows for how much longer, which makes me really sad because I
do you
love
think?
Tormund so much.
What do you
Tormund is
think,
not
John?
dying until
Oh,
he
he's still
fucks
alive?
Green.
I
I
know
don't
that.
think I don't
John,
think
you're
Tormund.
disgusting.
Yeah,
You're
he's
hilarious.
obsessed with this. The rest of us are
Yes,
like,
I-
yeah, we'd like to see them together and make babies. John's like, no fucks given. No, they got to get naked, and I got to see it. John
Yes.
wants front row seats. He wants to be right there. You should have been happy though. You got to see Jon Snow's ass. That should have made
I
you
did. That
really
was awesome.
excited.
John and Danny, they're both amazing. They're so hot.
Guys, I'm sorry.
This is the most beautiful scene. That was the most beautiful scene. It was so beautiful. The way he looked in her eye. Oh my god, she's so beautiful. I'm sorry, Daenerys is so beautiful. I just loved it.
I just want to apologize really fast, guys, for interrupting. I'm just writing down everyone's predictions as we go along, so I just am going back for clarification. Just wanted to explain that just in case anyone's wondering why I keep trying to jump in. I want to make sure that I get them right, because next season is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be sad at the end of next season. I'm going to be very sad. I'm afraid that we're not going to get a real ending. I'm afraid we're going to get some Sopranos bullshit.
Disagree.
And I'm telling you, bittersweet ending, George R. R. Martin's own mouth. I don't know if he was talking about the show or the books. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I will tell you this much. I could definitely see D&D doing something like that and being like, okay, well, if you want the rest of the ending, you got to read the books or use your imagination. I
Wait,
would like
what?
to have closure.
I disagree. I disagree with this 100%.
Well, wait, what are you talking about exactly? Like,
The
what
end-
kind of shitty ending?
A
He
shitty
wants
ending
the
where it's like
Sopranos ending.
it's okay. So I'll set the scene. Okay, here it comes.
Look at the mood like
A
look at the
huge
mood light.
battle, carnage, bodies everywhere, blood and guts, and people screaming and ah! There's only one dragon left flying around in the sky with no rider. No rider. It's dark. It's cold. It's everyone's is tired. Keep in mind this is the last episode, right? So this is the last 5 minutes. Jon Snow is leaning against his sword, a weary look on his brow. He is tired, and everyone is just relieved that they think it's over. And yet the Night King is still alive. Jon Snow and the Night King have to square off, and then it'll be like a fade to black or something like that. And it's like, come on. Where is the ending? So you don't know if life wins or death wins or if it's a stalemate. It's going to be something like that. Or, in order to win, Dany has to have Jon's baby, and that's the real prince that was promised, and that will come out and save everybody. It's going to be something like that where it's not going to be a definitive end where Jon walks up to the Night King, stabs him in the fucking chest, he dies, the day is saved, and everybody cheers. It's not going to be an ending like that. It's going to be something crazy, off-the-wall shit. And we're not going to get a full closure ending. That's what I'm worried about.
I disagree. Here's how it's going to end. Big battles happening. You got the Dothraki, you got the North, you got the Unsullied, you got the two dragons, you got Jon Ride and Drogon. He's fighting against Night's King and his dragon. Shit's going crazy. Men are dying everywhere. People are dying left and right. Jaime dies. Everyone's dying left and right. Jaime dies saving Tyrion. Boom! Everyone's dying. Jon wields. He's wielding Lightbringer. He's seeing across the battlefield. He sees the Night's King, and he storms in. They fight, and he kills the Night's King. Okay. Somehow Dany gets hurt in all this, and then the baby is gonna be born. Right. So he has a baby, and his one true love dies giving birth to Prince Eddard Stark. Okay. So he's all sad and stuff.
Eddard Targaryen.
Eddard Targaryen. I think he'll keep with Stark. I think he's gonna keep with the Stark name. He's raised
the baby is the last Targaryen.
The baby is Stark. Let me finish, okay?
Brand's going to blow the
he's
lid
sitting
off
there-
this whole thing, buddy. The three-eyed
So he's
raven
sitting there-
fucking creeper. He's going to tell everybody.
He's sitting there. Bran is gone. Bran, you see a little montage. Bran is taking off. He's going off to be the three-eyed raven beyond the wall. The beyond the wall will be all spring again because all the snow melt now. The Night's King is gone. Jon's gonna be like with Tyrion. He's gonna sit and he's just like, "There's gonna be no more king. I'm breaking everything back up into 7 kingdoms." And he appoints Gendry and Arya, who are gonna be married, king in the Stormlands. He's gonna put Sansa as queen of the Reach, and Tyrion's gonna become king of the Rock, and then he's gonna go back and Winterfell rules king of the North, and that's how it's gonna end.
Wait,
And then
where's
my
Sansa
fan-
ruling at?
Queen of the Reach.
Queen of the Reach.
What?
Queen of
Why?
Highgarden, because he's gonna surround all of the kingdoms. He's gonna give her the queenship of
So
Highgarden.
Jon's gonna be king in the north.
Jon will be king of the North. He'll rule there with little Prince Eddard. Gendry will marry Arya, and they'll rule in the Stormlands.
Oh Lord.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Who has the Eyrie?
confused.
I think the Eyrie will stay. I think the Eyrie will either go to Bronn, Davos. Bronn or Davos will get the Eyrie because Bronn will get something. Bronn's gonna get something.
Bronn needs to impregnate the bitch.
Lots of people are living here. What about Dorne?
Yeah.
Dorne will just be ruled by Illyria, who'll be freed after this, and she'll just rule.
You
So
Dorne.
can't-
Illyria lives.
Illyria lives, and she'll just she's in the dungeon. She's not gonna die. She's gonna get freed, and she's gonna live.
Are
in
you
Dorne.
really saying you
I'm
really
writing
think,
all of this down.
So
Yeah.
I'm going with. It's probably wrong. This is leading into my fan fiction, but I see Jaime dying. I see Cersei dying. I see Jaime dying. I see
you don't see
Beric
Bronn dying?
Targaryen dying. No, I think Bronn lives. I see giants Torment Giantsbane dying. I see the Hound dying. I think the Hound's gonna die.
The
But
Hound,
I think
the Hound, Tormund, and who else?
Beric Doctorian.
Derek
There
Victoria.
it is. There's my
There
little
it is.
mix up.
There it
Those
is.
three
Send
and
your
James-
hate mail to somebody
James
else because we're
Cersei.
not reading it.
So Jamie, Cersei, Danny, Tormund Giantsbane, and I'll say the Hound all die, and Beric dies. So Davos, pretty much Davos, Tyrion, Jon, are like the and everyone else, and Gendry, Arya, Sansa are gonna live.
Wow.
Huh.
You know,
and
I'd like to ship Gendry and Lyanna Mormont.
Gendry and Lyanna Mormont. That's your
I'd-
ship. Do
I'd
you
like
think
to
it's gonna
ship
happen?
them.
There's
No,
a
I don't
good
think it's
age
gonna happen,
difference,
but I
though,
think
isn't
that
there?
would be
It's an
adorable.
age gap, man.
I don't know, because I feel like
I think
Arya
Lyanna's gonna
and
marry
Sansa
Prince
are about
Edward.
this.
Lyanna's gonna marry Prince Edward.
That would be even more of a.
You think that
difference.
Lyanna Stark's gonna live
No, Lyanna
as
Mormont?
much as
Mormont?
Yeah, Lyanna Mormont's gonna live as much
I
as
think she's
everyone
too
loves her.
fierce to live. I think she's gonna be like, "Fuck you, Death. I'm not fucking dying. Fuck you." Like to give Death this evil stare and be like, "Yeah, not today." No.
Here comes
She's
this
too-
Serial Pharrell bullshit. Here it comes.
And of course, now that you brought it up, Sierra Pharrell's gonna show up somehow. No, Jock and the guy's gonna be like,
What do we say to death? Not
Oops.
today.
What do we say to Serial
I'm-
Pharrell? Never
I think-
coming back.
I think Jaka's gonna be on the battlefield, save Arya, and she's gonna be like Jaka, and he's gonna pull out the mask and be Sierra Pharrell. He's gonna be like, "What?" That's a joke. Oh my god! No, that's not a prediction. That's just
No,
I'm
write
just-
it down. You should write this down. It's
Okay,
never
hold on.
happening.
All right. What was it? Jock and Agar's what?
Sierra Pharrell. Write that down.
He
That's
saves Arya on the
Oh, we're gonna
battlefield.
get confirmation, is
Oh,
what you're
Lord.
saying.
He
I don't
saves her.
think-
Hold on, wait. He's gonna save Arya on the battlefield.
Yes.
Well, I don't.
So Jacques and Sirio / the man who is no one is gonna save Arya on the battlefield, and we're gonna find out that he's Sirio Pharrell this whole time. Confirmation.
There you go.
I also
That's-
see Melisandre doing something too.
Dude, if John gets that right, I'm gonna shit my pants. Like, seriously.
If I get that right, I mean, I'm the new host. If I get this right, I'm the new host. Chris takes my spot, and I'm the new host. I probably won't be wrong, but I'm just saying, like, if I get this right, Chris sings "Oh Canada," man.
I'm not worried about
It's not
that.
crazy.
He's
I
not
think
coming back.
Melisandre is going to do something too.
She's dead, buddy. She's gonna die.
She'll die, but not before she does
Sansa's
something.
dying? You think so, Chris? Sansa's dying?
No, I think
No, no,
Sansa's
no.
gonna live. I think Melisandre is gonna die.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Jamie,
Well, she said she had to die, so.
I think Jamie's gonna die saving Tyrion.
See, I think that Tyrion. I think that Jamie's gonna live.
Jamie's dying, man.
I think Beric Dondarrion is dead. He's gonna die. He's gonna sacrifice himself for the Lord of Light. For
I think
Jamie
Jorah
lives, Beric dies.
you know,
yeah,
I
I
think
think that
Jorah
Beric
Mormont
dies.
lives. I think Jorah Mormont will live, just because I think he'll live.
Yeah, I could see Jorah living.
I think he has to feel that pain of losing Danny too,
Yeah.
and he'll just like go off in the
I think
distance.
Jorah
Like,
lives too.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah,
I think the Hound dies.
See, I don't think so. He's a tough son of a bitch to kill.
Click
He-
angle.
Yeah, I
He's
think Trent. I'm
soft,
going with
soft
that. I
like-
think there will
I mean,
be a bowl.
he said it. He said, you know,
Yeah.
he's
That's how
coming
we
for
Clegane
you.
Bowl?
Yes.
That's how he dies. He kind of pulls a reverse Oberyn where the mountain thinks he's got him dead, and then he kills the mountain and he dies right next to the mountain. Kind of like
I-
a Oberyn type
Trent.
of deal.
Trin, Jorah lives, yes or no?
I say he lives.
I don't think so. I don't think
You don't-
that Jorah
You don't think it'd be
lives.
poetic for him to live?
I
and
do. I agree
cures
that
himself.
you're
to
gonna
see Danny die?
Yeah, I think that he will see Danny die, but I think he'll die at some point, and he's not going to make it to the very, very end.
John, Clegane Bowl, yes or no?
Yes. And both die.
Both die?
Both die in Clegane Bowl. I'll say Theon kills Euron Greyjoy.
Hey, I have a discussion going on in the chat with Tom right now. Andrea, can you clear this up? Because I was not exactly sure, and Tom's not exactly sure how it works. But he was saying that Beric is alive because he's going to bring back the Hound once the Mountain kills him. There's no other reason to have kept Beric in the show with no Lady Stoneheart. And I said, I was clarifying that Beric's the fighter and Thoros of Myr was the priest because Thoros was the one that always brought people back. But then he brought up the book side of it where he said, didn't Beric give Stoneheart the life's breath, his life's breath? And
Yes,
I
he
do
did.
remember that being true. And so he said he believes that Beric knows it's going to happen, and that's why he told Sandor they'd meet again, which is a really awesome point, especially for the predictions that we're making with the Hound right now. And then he said Beric gave Catelyn the last kiss. Not sure exactly how that works, though. That's a great prediction, and I could buy into that.
So you're
That
saying that you
they're-
think that Beric gives the Hound the last kiss?
Yeah, because that would wrap up the game bowl in the way that John just explained it, being that like he pulls
I'd
a
be
reverse
right.
Oberyn. Yeah, you'd be right too. I
Well,
like that. I like.
But
that
doesn't
story.
Thoros and Myr need to
Thank you,
be
Tom.
there though?
No, he doesn't.
He said they'd meet again.
Because his life was given to him by the Lord of Light, Beric has the right to provide the last kiss. And basically, he's giving his life force into another life force, regardless of Thoros of Myr. But I want to counter that argument and say, I'm writing that down as your prediction, Trin, and I'm writing it down as yours too, Tom, because you agree with this. But
And John agrees.
I think that Beric's there for John to perform the last kiss, the last rite.
Yeah, that would make sense.
John is meant. I mean, Sam just said it in the last episode. That John is the one to lead the fight against the dead. He knows it. They can't win it without John at this point. So they're all there to keep John alive. That's the point.
Sam lives.
Sam lives.
Sam
by-
also lives.
Yes,
Oh,
Sam
And he
lives.
becomes John's hand. He becomes
Sam and
John's
Tyrion
hand.
What is it?
make it completely. Sam and Tyrion make it completely.
Sam
to the end.
lives and becomes John's hand to the king, his advisor.
But they already have a hand of the king. Davos is
Who?
his hand.
Davos, I think, is going to become like lord of one of the castles that survives.
Sam is going to be their Qyburn-like maester without the creepiness. He's not going to be
Right.
a full maester, but he's going to be like Qyburn.
He's going to support John with Davos. I could see both of them
But-
being there for John.
You have another problem here, John. Tyrion is the hand to Dany.
Danny's dead. Danny's dying. So Tyrion becomes king of the
I
rock.
don't think so. I don't think Dany's going to die. The only way Dany
Danny's
dies
dying giving
is if
birth.
she.
I think that's the bittersweet ending, Chris, that everyone says is Danny dying.
That's not bittersweet
John's
to me.
true love.
I could give two
because you're an
fucks.
evil bastard. That's why.
Oh, I'm an evil bastard.
You're sorry, but I'm still saying, if you tell me bittersweet ending, it's someone dying after everything's saved. So Danny dying, John's one true love, well, not one true love, but his love gives him the child that he and then he die. She dies. It's perfect. He dies in childbirth. I mean, just like his mother. I mean, it makes perfect sense that
Both of their
happens.
mothers.
Chris, Sam lives, yes or no?
Oh yes, Sam's
Okay,
Sam's
Trin?
living, yeah.
Oh yeah, Sam's all about the game.
I got a crazy prediction here. So
If it has-
crazy.
if it
sounds
has
funny.
more-
Hold on,
like,
John.
people
John,
dying.
before you get started,
Go.
Of birth.
Chris,
Yeah.
I wanted to hear what you were saying because that's why I was telling John. Hold on, because I wanted to be able to write it down.
Oh, about Dany?
Whatever it was you were just getting ready to say.
I think that, John, you're a sick man. Dany is not going to die giving birth. If anything, she would die by sacrificing her life to bring the flame back to Lightbringer. For example, if John has to plunge his sword, I'm not talking about his ding-ding. I'm talking about his like.
Yeah, I already
I'm talking
did
about
that.
Longclaw, right? Because I know some people are like, "Oh, he said it." No, he takes Longclaw, sticks it to her heart. He pulls the sword out. Sword catches on fire. Lightbringer, the real Lightbringer, is because the sacrifice has to be made. That's the only way I see her. Well, I guess I could see the Night King killing her too. That fucking
It's tough
dragon.
because
She's gonna be
gotta
pregnant.
give birth because
Yeah,
the whole
she's gonna
point of
be
that
pregnant.
scene was perfectly set up. It was John being born while he was having sex with Dany. It's I can't think of the word I'm thinking about, but it just makes perfect sense that she got pregnant on that boat because it just
I'll agree with you.
I don't think that he's arguing that
No.
she didn't get
No.
pregnant on that boat.
I know what
He's
he's
just
saying.
saying that you're saying she's going to die while she's giving birth. And Chris is saying that if she dies, it's not going to be because she's not having John's kid. If she dies, it's because she's going to be dying for a different purpose.
No, I get that.
He's just saying that he's not saying that she's not pregnant at all.
But can she stop the baby if he kills her for Lightbringer? Like, that's the one thing I'm trying to get
The
at.
baby is Lightbringer.
Like,
I agree with that.
Yeah, that's what we talked about that on previous episodes.
wow.
Hello.
So I got a prediction here.
Here it comes.
Melisandre, you know what she says? She says she's going to be back there again. She's not done yet. Melisandre is going to use all her magic, all her jujus to reverse Viserion, and he goes back to being a regular dragon.
You are out of your mind.
That is a crazy prediction. I know it's batshit crazy.
Even I would never predict that, and I
Do you
get
think
everything
that
wrong.
Melisandre's gonna turn Viserion back to a regular
Yes,
boy.
That is classic.
No.
I'm a real boy.
If she did anything like that, it would
funny.
be for like Drogon or Ghost. It wouldn't be for Viserion.
Where did she say she was going to again? Bravos?
She was
Or-
going to yeah.
We have never
I'm
seen
thinking it.
any white reanimated to a real boy or real
Exactly.
person. It's not happening.
Exactly.
Melisandre barely
Every
had
mo-
enough juice to bring John back, and John was brought back because of Riddler, not because of Melisandre.
She's going to Volantis to get all the Red Priests, and they're all
Oh,
going
they're going to have a big
circle.
gangbang.
They're
come
all
back.
That would be sick. They're all gonna join their circle of hands, and they're gonna use all that combined magic, and then boom, it's gonna turn Viserion back again, and then Night King's back. What the fuck? And then she's just gonna shoot her, and then boom, you got the three dragons are back together again. Three heads of the dragon, and it's me back. That's
All
what-
right, we need to address the Greyjoys because we haven't talked about them
Yeah,
yet.
not
is
at all.
killing
Poor Theon.
Euron. Write that down, Andrea.
What is
That's
right?
my prediction.
What am I writing down?
Theon will kill Euron to save Yura. Write that down.
Yura and Euron. Got it.
So Theon is killing Euron. I'm calling that. That's gonna be because he's never gonna think that a guy like Theon could kill him, and Theon kills him.
No,
So Theon kills Euron.
totally disagree. I'll tell you why.
Chris,
Euron was
Euron kills
supposed.
Theon.
I think that Euron kills them both, or
Nope.
Yara would get away. But I'll tell you, this Euron character was promised to be worse than Ramsay, and I don't see it. Yeah, he's badass. Oh, don't get me wrong, and he's
Well,
definitely wackadoodle doos,
But-
but he's not worse than Ramsay.
I think Theon is gonna be the one to kill him because he's gonna be that. He'd probably do like gloating, being like, he's gonna have him down. He's gonna be gloating, and all of a sudden Theon will just be like,
No, because
do
look at it this
something and
way.
kill him.
Look at it this way. This is a perfect opportunity for them to build up Theon's character. Like, oh yeah, he's coming out of his issues. He's going to be the hero that the Greyjoys need, not the one they deserve. And he's going to get up right there and he's going to choke and then done.
I think he kills him, man. I think he's gonna kill him, and he'll die maybe in the process. Who knows? But I see him dying and freeing Euron, and his full redemption. I think his redemption to his sister will be complete with him killing Euron.
This is Game of Thrones. There is no redemption.
There is, because Jamie
What?
got redemption this year, so I don't know what you're
From
talking
you.
about, buddy. From me.
Woo!
There you go.
Yeah.
He has no beard, so what he says
Trin, what
doesn't
do you
matter.
think? Euron, Theon, Yara. What do you think's happening on the Iron Island?
Well, I think Euron's going to go back to Cersei for sure, and he's going to want his payment for all the stuff he's done. And since Jamie's not around to, play the wingman, or I guess he would be cockblock, then Euron's going to get his due payment. We'll see that for sure.
Okay.
But I don't know if Yara's going to make it. And I really wonder about Theon, because why would they have kept him long alive? Why would they have taken him through so much in his arc just to die at the hands of Euron? It seems like
Euron.
it's bad writing.
So
On
Euron-
both parts, on if it was George's or D&D's, that would be bad writing in my opinion. But I think he's going to do something spectacular, because that conversation that John had with him in Dany's throne room about, you'll always be a Stark. I think he's going to do something to further the fight against the White Walkers somehow. I don't
Kill
know.
Euron and get that fleet. He's gonna
Hey,
kill
so-
Euron
So
and
do you
get
think?
that fleet
Hold
Sorry,
on, John.
Andrew,
Trin. So you think that Theon's gonna live, or he's gonna die doing something heroic?
Yes, yes. He's gonna accomplish something heroic.
But is he
I
gonna
don't-
live or die?
He'll probably die.
Okay.
Great
I
comment.
think-
Great comment in the chat from Tom. He says the guy on the TV screen, that's you, Baldy, is a trip. Laugh out loud. I like his enthusiasm,
Thank you,
He's
Tom.
awesome.
but
So-
he needs to grow his fucking beard back.
will.
Hashtag beards matter.
My God, you guys are okay.
Exactly.
Going back to what
Say
you
that.
said, Shrey. You said he's gonna do something to help against the White Walkers.
Yeah, I think so because
So-
he's a Stark.
Kills Euron, gets the fleet, and uses the fleet to help John. There's men on that fleet. Boom, be awesome.
It's too good to be true. You know what I mean? Like
He's killing Euron. Like I'm convinced this is gonna happen.
I don't know.
'Cause
Euron
it's perfect. He ran. He had a chance. He ran. He jumped off that boat. You know,
Theon got his ass
think-
kicked by a half-ass pirate.
but he ended up winning at the end, and that could exactly be
Barely.
almost the same type of situation.
What
with,
saved his
with
life
Euron.
was that guy was out of shape and kneed him in the groin several times.
Yeah,
And of
but
course, we
Euron's
know that
so-
he's got no twigs and berries. So
So
But Euron is so cocky that he just might start gloating, and then and next thing you know, bam, Theon does something and then he gets killed, kind of like an Oberyn type situation.
Yeah.
So, John, so is your prediction that Theon takes the Iron Fleet to go save the North?
Well, my first prediction is he kills Euron.
I know
Let's
that.
leave it at that. Let's
Uh-huh.
leave it at that. I mean, I
Okay,
guess yeah,
so-
he takes the Iron Fleet to help with him and Euron take the Iron Fleet to fight the White Walkers.
Okay. All right. I'm right. I'm just writing
Uh,
that down. I'm just making sure.
Jessica Bradley says maybe Sam is Zora High and Gilly is Nisa Nisa. And what about the stolen? I lost the damn comment.
I got it.
I have it right here.
Okay, because I keep losing them.
What about the stolen child? Doesn't the Night King get all of Craster's children?
It's a good
No,
point.
not
'cause
this
we-
cute baby.
Why did they keep that baby around, and why is he still in the show if not for some reason? Because in the books it was for a different reason. It was actually Mance's kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was still present. He's just at the wall, and he's not with Gilly.
Right. So, but they changed that story around, and they kept the kid around, and they kept Gilly.
Yeah, they did the baby
For
swap.
what? To what end? They could have just had. They could have just had Gilly and the baby stay with Sam's mom, unless it was like really important, you know.
I got two questions. I got two predictions here for you guys. One, who's gonna wield Heartsbane? And two, are we gonna see well, God, I can't remember the sword's name now.
Dawn?
From House Dane.
Dawn.
Yeah, Dawn, yes.
Are these
see-
questions or predictions?
It's questions and will we see Dawn again? I say yes. And will we see who will wield Heartsbane?
Well, doesn't Jamie have Heartsbane?
No,
Or no, he's got Widow's Wail.
Widow's Wail.
He's got Widow's Wail.
Sam has
Oh,
Heartsbane.
Sam's
He's gonna
got
give it to
it, yeah.
someone. He's not a fighter. Who's gonna wield Heartsbane?
Jorah Mormont.
Could be.
Danny owes him a sword.
She is his heart's bane.
Nice.
Oh.
I'm gonna say the Mountain. I mean, not
Okay,
the Mountain.
hold
The
on.
Hound. The Hound.
So, okay, so you think Heartsbane is going to be wielded by the Hound, and what about Dawn?
Will we see Dawn this season?
What do you think?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Cool.
Sorry, I just
So-
couldn't.
Trin, who's wielding Heartsbane?
I'm gonna go with Jorah.
Chris?
I'm going with Jorah, or it doesn't really matter. I mean,
I'm gonna say the Hound.
one more Valyrian steel against that horde. The only way that makes any difference is if the people with Valyrian steel swords are fighting the actual generals or lieutenants of the White Walkers, because we saw that when you kill one, their little group dies. Minus the one that didn't die, which I think was from a different group. But whatever. We have some comments. Should we read some of these comments real quick?
Okay, and then I got something to say. So
Trin or Andrea,
Yeah,
could you see some of these comments?
I'm
missing them
not
all.
seeing all of them. Kyle Cromody asks, "Can Arya wear the face of a White Walker?"
That would be awesome.
that'd be sick.
Yeah, that would be sick.
So let's see here. Where? How far up can you see? What's the last question?
That was Jessica Bradley's Maybe Sam is Azora High. That's the last one I can see.
Okay. Well, Jeremy says, what about when Jamie sees Bran for the first time and the truth comes out about him pushing him off the tower?
Ooh.
That's a really good question. Not so much a prediction, but I don't think, as far as Bran's concerned, that's a big deal. So that's my idea.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't lose his shit when Peter handed him that knife.
Right.
He was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. Chaos is
Especially if Jamie has a bigger purpose to play in it, he's not going to make a big fuss about it because for all we know, Jamie does have a bigger purpose. I mean, look how his arc has taken shape over the last 7 seasons. For all we know, Jamie is essential to what's going to happen, and he's like the missing piece of the puzzle. So I don't think, especially knowing everything that Bran knows or is learning, that's going to be at the top of his list is punish this guy for making me what I am so that I can actually see the things that I need to see to help this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like being punished for giving a reward that is a kind of like a punishment too.
Jamie has to live because he's going to save Dany's life.
He's gonna die.
I think that would be
dies.
beautiful if that was true. So I'm just going to write this down for you though, Chris. So you think that Jamie's going to save Dany's life?
Yeah. I
I'm
believe
gonna
so.
say Jamie dies saving Tyrion's life.
He's not talking about Jamie dying though, but I heard you. I wrote that down already. Jamie lives to save Dany. All right. I think that Jamie lives too. I don't know if he's going to make it all the way to Endgame, the end of episode 6. I'm not really sure who's going to make it to the end of episode 6. But I do think that Jamie's going to live through the Great War. I actually would love to see Jamie save Daenerys. That would be beautiful. It'd be things coming full circle, doing what was right for the right reasons, and then doing what was right again to, reclaim any honor that he had lost, doing the right thing with her father. I think that Bronn's gonna live. I think he's going to Dorne. He loved Dorne. Which leaves hope for my favorite little Dornish sand snake. But I mean, she could obviously be dead at this point.
Oh,
your
my
little bad pussy.
my butt pussy.
Yeah, and then I do think Dany's dying. Honestly, I don't think that she's gonna live. She has to die. It's her fate to die. I think she's pregnant as of right now. They're sailing on their little way to White Harbor with their one lonely ship instead of all of the Unsullied like they said they were gonna do. I do think episode 1 they're gonna show up at Winterfell. There's gonna be this crazy reunion between Arya and Jon. I'm interested to see what that. I'm sure his heart will stop when he sees you comment was about between her and Sansa, because it's always a possibility that there's some sort of foreshadowing to that. I don't know if I think Brienne's gonna live through this whole entire season coming up. That is probably going to be one of the saddest things for me to see. I've already resigned myself to the fact that Jon is more than likely going to die. It's his fate to die and come back and die and come back and die and come back. I mean, it is what it is. And
as long as he doesn't get too mauled.
That's true. I mean, he could get eaten by a white bear, and that would be terrible.
Yeah, that would be okay if Brienne died that way, because she would go out like a boss. But I have a feeling that she's going to die just like a random White Walker comes up from behind her and stabs her.
You know what's crazy, though, Chris, that you just said that? Is that Brienne is fucking petrified of bears. Petrified of them. And so even in the book, she's petrified of them. So it would be kind of like sick, twisted, full circle, man, she hates bears. She got away from the first one. This one's going to eat her ass. That would be fucked up, bro.
I could see that happening.
I think she's living.
She's dead
I do
in the
have
books.
a question. Well, no, she's not dead in the books. That's an assumption.
No, she's not.
I have a question though. Brienne and Tormund or Brienne and Jamie? Yes or no?
Brienne and Tormund.
Yeah, I agree.
Brienne
I think Jamie has one girl in his heart, and it's his sister, Cersei.
Yep.
Not anymore,
That's it.
buddy.
It's
You know
still
who he's
there.
gonna
There's
marry
still
now?
love there.
I'll tell you who he's going to marry next.
What's that?
It's gonna be Sansa.
No,
He's gonna marry
No.
Sansa.
no,
Yeah.
stop that
Unite the
shit.
West
No,
to the North, buddy.
That will be
No.
Tyrion.
no.
Tyrion and Sansa.
Oh my god. So Tyrion and Sansa's your end game?
I wish. Yes.
She goes back.
I think Tyrion is the only man Sansa will ever trust outside of Jon.
I agree.
I want to agree, but
Yeah. I know
So
it
you-
seems
Chris, you
twisted
said
or whatever,
Brienne and Tormund?
oh yeah, for sure.
Him going to the
So,
Rock.
so Jamie's not going to have any luck with that. Because
I don't
Bronn
think
said
so.
that he would hit that, and Jamie would hit that too.
I for a while I thought that was a possibility, but I don't know. I don't see it happening.
I would like to see her with Tormund too, because every girl should have a guy who looks at her like he wants to eat her. Like
right?
every girl should have a guy
Yes,
like
I
that.
like that.
He is
No,
so enamored
thing
with
is
her. And
possible.
I absolutely love it when really manly men like that. Like Tormund is just the epitome of just guyness,
Yes.
like bro, beard and fucking eating chicken legs. He is like a manly man, and he is just taken with her, and I think that's the greatest thing ever. I love seeing that.
Yes, this
Okay.
has to happen. I'm sorry.
So I have another question. What is Bran's end game, y'all? I want
think he's
predictions.
going to, after all this, he's going to fight the Night's King in his mind, because I think there's going to be a battle on two fronts. You got to beat the Night's King in the mind, and then Jon beats him in the physical world. And then he's going to be like, oh, what do I do now? So then he goes back to Beyond the Wall, where it's going to be all nice and sunshine and grass and stuff, because I think all that shit's going to go away when the Night's King dies. And I think he's just going to become the Three-Eyed Raven and just go into some new weirwood tree and just stay there for like 1,000 years.
I think Bran is going to do some dragon warging. I don't know which dragon, but I think he's going to do dragon warging.
Dragon warging and Bran. Chris?
Yes.
I don't know. I can't stand Bran, so I don't know.
Okay.
I can't make up my mind what. Well, I don't know. He's definitely an important character, but I can't make up my mind whether or not he'll live or die, and what is real. Other than telling everybody like here's what's going to happen, be prepared, and outing Jon. I know there's more to it, but I just don't see what it is yet. I don't think he's going to warg into the Ice Dragon, because the Ice Dragon is now under the control of the Night King, and I think that it's. We've not seen or heard that I can remember any warg being able to control the deceased. It's always
Right.
on
Well,
living
no.
beings.
Well, no,
So-
we haven't, but we do have evidence of it, because that's really what the Night King is doing. He's warging the dead, and essentially Bran and him have the same exact powers, but
But I
flipped
think
in
Chris
reverse.
is saying that all the wargs we've ever seen have only been able to do it on
the
living
living, yeah.
creatures.
Well, yeah, that's true, but these other wargs are nowhere near as powerful as Bran.
Yeah, but there still has to be rules.
So-
Otherwise, if he's the ultimate, it's like if there's no rules, then he could just close his eyes, work into the Night King's army, and then have him turn on him.
He could just warg into the Night King.
Yeah, or
It
work
becomes
see,
a
into
that's
wargame
the
what-
battle.
Well,
It's going to
see-
be a wargame battle.
That's the thing, as I think that that's exactly how Bran has to be ready, is that he has to master his powers so that he can turn the tide. I don't know necessarily if he'll warg into Viserion, but it's certainly possible for wargs to have a battle in each other's minds. We have that prologue chapter of A Dance with Dragons with Vaemar Sixskins, and he talks about it. And so it's definitely possible. My prediction is that I agree with you, John. It's going to have to be fought on two fronts.
Okay. Then he wargs into zombie Hodor.
That would be
How
so fucking
terrible.
sad. That would be so sad, bro.
The Ice Dragon, I read here Jessica saying that Bran will work into the Ice Dragon. I don't think so. I think that the Ice Dragon takes out. What's the other dragon's name? I can't think.
Rhaegal?
Yeah, it takes out Rhaegal. I think Drogon will survive, but and I think that Bran is going to have to fight the Night King in some way, but I don't see him. I don't see him working into the dead.
So Bran, we're gonna get 2 flashbacks next year.
Oh, you're
Maybe
still on
3.
about the flashbacks.
Yes.
The,
So we're
the
gonna
one
get this is all
flashback we got
Bran.
this wasn't bad enough for you.
This is awesome flashback. We're gonna get 3 next year. I got a feeling. I think we're gonna get something with Brandon Builder. I think we're gonna get something with Forging a Lightbringer, and I think we're gonna get Azor Ahai killing the night, the original, ending the original war. I think 2 or 3 of the past.
I'm glad
That's
how
what
you
I'm calling
rephrased that
prediction.
because the original, the Azor Ahai, the prince or whatever, didn't kill the Night King because he's still here. So
You don't know.
They,
That's the thing.
They fucked up.
But that's the thing, though. You don't know what happened back then because there's no in history of Westerns. There's no. This is all just hearsay. Bran's the only one who's gonna know because Bran can work back. We already seen him work all the way back to when they made him